So Ben Stein is on Fox News. Yeah, I know. There's just a collective sort of just like, ooh. No, but a lot of people don't realize, like, why? Who is Ben Stein? Why
Is he around at all?
He was a Nixon speechwriter who then went on to have an acting career as well. And he was on Ben Stein's Money. He was in Ferris Bueller.
Wonder Years.
Wonder Years.
I know Ferris Bueller. That is literally the only thing I know about Ben Stein.
Most recently, he has been writing articles trying to justify his odd habit of apparently trying to adopt strange, young, attractive women, according to him, and, you know, send them checks so that they will continue to text him. I don't know. But he's on Fox News, and it's very strange. Like, one wonders when you hear from a Ben Stein, are they freelancing or is this some way of, I don't know what it is. But he starts off, of course, by being patently offensive to the host. But that's, it's Fox, so that's encouraged.
All right, back to the midterms. What's really motivating voters to turn out this week? While issues like Ebola, terrorism, immigration, well, they're all dominating media coverage. Our own Fox News polls, and Leland just showed you this, showed that voters say the economy is still the most important issue facing the country. Joining me now to talk about the state of the economy, midterms, how it all runs together, author of How to Really Ruin Your Financial Life and Portfolio. Although we suspect he knows nothing about that, economist Ben Stein. Always good to see you.
Always good to see you, beautiful Shannon.
Well, listen, handsome Ben Stein, you saw our poll there. Economy, top of the list still for most people because it's their daily lives. I mean, putting food on the table and gas in the car. How does it work for or against Democrats this time around?
Well, with all due respect, I disagree with your poll. I think that's what people are saying is their most important issue. But I think what the White House is doing is trying to racialize all politics, and they're especially trying to tell the African-American voter that the GOP is against letting them have a chance at a good life in this economy, and that's just a complete lie.
I don't know what happened to Ben Stein on the way to the studio here, but he's claiming that people are not voting based on the economy, and that the people aren't, and that really this is just about President Obama trying to get black people upset at Republicans because they're not operating, or they're operating in such a way to disadvantage black people. Now, let me make something very clear. I don't think that's the case. I don't think, not only do I think that President Obama is not doing that, but I don't think that Republicans are specifically interested in economic policies to hurt specifically black people. I think that they're interested in hurting a wide range of people who are not wealthy, and also, not completely unrelated, they want to suppress the vote of black people and are attempting to disenfranchise them because they know they vote against Republicans. That's what I think is going on. Continue.
I watch with fascination, with incredible fascination, all the stories about how the Democratic politicians, especially Hillary, are trying to whip up the African-American vote and say, oh, the Republicans have policies against black people in terms of the economy. But there are no such policies. The Republicans want a vigorous economy, the same as everyone else. There's that whole idea that the economy is being used in some way to oppress minorities is just an outrageous lie.
Well, we've seen with us.
Pause it. Who's perpetrating this outrageous lie? I've never heard anybody say like the economy is being used to oppress. I mean, I think it does oppress minorities. It also oppresses non-minorities. It oppresses the vast majority of the people. We've just been talking about that. But he really wants to harp on this for some reason. I wonder what's going on. I wonder who he's texting with.
Senator Mary Landrieu in a tough battle trying to hold on to her seat down in Louisiana. Comments this week talking about how it's not been a good environment for African Americans or for women in the South. So, I mean, that talking point is out there.
It's a complete lie. I mean, the Republicans are every bit in favor of, as much in favor of African Americans having a good life. I'd say more in favor than the Democrats. And the idea that the Republicans are in some way making life difficult for black people is just nonsense.
Well,
it's just absolute nonsense. I mean, they might as well say the Republicans are coming down from the moon. I mean, it's just nonsense.
Well, but what do you say?
Apparently, on the moon, what they do, Republicans, is they attempt to disenfranchise hundreds of thousands of African American and other minority voters. That apparently happens on the moon.
To their claims that Republicans cut budgets, they cut programs that help minorities, that help poor folks, that they are to blame because they make things tougher on those who don't have advantages and are disadvantaged.
The cuts have been absolutely minuscule, absolutely tiny, unbelievably small, and much more important has been the fact that the Republicans, by virtue of supporting the policies that stopped the crash in 2008, 2009 from being a Great Depression, stopped a real economic catastrophe. I mean, the Republicans are the ones who saved this economy, not the ones who ruined this economy. And as I say, whatever little tiny cuts they might have made here or there,
I don't think so.
Continue.
there in welfare programs, and they were tiny, absolutely tiny. Look, by the way, let me back up a second, Shannon. What are they talking about? More people are on food stamps than ever. More people are getting welfare than ever. What cuts are they talking about? More people are getting government subsidies.
Billions of dollars in food stamp cuts. There are more people on food stamps. Let's go through this again for the economist Ben Stein. Not because the program was expanded, but more people became eligible because they were so devastated by the Republican economy that led to the financial crisis. And to be fair, Clinton did a lot of that deregulating as well. Continue.
Subsidized health care than ever. What cuts are they talking about? It's all a way to racialize voting in this country.
Pause it. Let's not even get into literally the millions of people who don't have Medicaid because of Republican governors, who literally don't have health insurance because of Republican governors.
To racialize voting in this country. This president is the most racist president there has ever been in America. He is purposely trying to use race to divide Americans.
What a coincidence. The first black president is the most racist president. Huh. Who could imagine?
You know, every person that's done strategy and has a sense of American politics and how you actually make that historical achievement of becoming the first black president, they all said, look, if you want to do it, you need to be unapologetically racist towards white people. You need to make suburban America feel deeply uncomfortable, and you basically need to be some type of hybrid of 1980s Ice Cube, Malcolm X, and Huey P. Newton. And if you can't pull that level of intensity and hatred off, you are not going to be the first black president.
I would imagine that President Obama would admit that his whole agenda was to get into office and just go full-on racist.
I hate white people. I can't tell you. I mean, all varieties. I'm not just talking about plain vanilla white people. I don't like, this Jewish nonsense you got going on either. Swarthy Italian. I don't like it. Whether you're sort of plain vanilla in Illinois or some New York ethnic, it's all white to me. It's all disgusting. It's all the devil. I don't eat pork, okay, because I'm Muslim. It doesn't matter to me where that pork came from. I'm not eating pork. I'm not liking white people. Let's keep it simple.
It was quite clear. I mean, and he would never
Ben
talk
Stein's
that
on
way
the ball, that little devil.
Till the second term.
More racist than all the presidents? Even the ones that had slaves?
As an example of why I hate white people so much, this idiot's on TV saying I'm more racist than people that literally owned and raped slaves. That makes perfect sense.